Welcome to Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Hot Takes. My name is Bridget, and I love a good movie, but I never know what to watch. I'm always stuck between, is this going to be the best movie of all time, or is it going to waste my time? So today, you should stick around because we have our first episode where we have a film connoisseur and a comedy superfan talk about two of Adam Sandler's best movies, Uncut Gems and Billy Madison. So with arguments from both types of fans, we essentially want to answer the question, which movie should I watch and why? First, I want to welcome our guest, Mark, our Adam Sandler connoisseur. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Mark. I'm a freshman at USC. I think I'm an Adam Sandler connoisseur. That's pretty much all about me so far, yeah.
We also have Jack. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, guys. I'm also a freshman at USC. I'm Mark's roommate, and I would consider myself a film superfan, not an Adam Sandler superfan by any means. And I would say my favorite movie is probably No Country for Old Men. Mark, I want everyone to hear your favorite movie as well.
My favorite movie is Jack and Jill.
Okay.
So obviously an Adam Sandler superfan.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
I think it's
you too, but
very funny seeing Adam Sandler cross-dress, and then Al Pacino in there just really ties the whole movie together, and it's just perfect to watch, perfect to rewatch, and a perfect film for the whole family.
On the other hand, I've seen Jack and Jill and absolutely despised it. Something that stood out to me about a great film like No Country for Old Men were the dramatic performances, the stress-invoking plot, and just the storyline overall were a perfect blend for me.
So first off, we want to play one scene from Billy Madison to kind of get ourselves inside that movie. So here we go.
Give me one more chance. I'll prove I can take over. First grade through 12th grade, all over again. And then I get to take over Madison Hotels.
You're on.
I want you all to meet Billy.
You want some more of that? I didn't think so!
Don't you think it's a little pathetic that just because of who your father is, you get to come do school all over again?
Yes, I do.
Now, we also want our viewers to see a little bit of Uncut Gems as well, so we get both sides of the story. So here's Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
I made a crazy risk, a gamble, and it's about to pay off. So I want the Celtics to cover. I want the Celtics halftime. I want Garnett points and rebounds. What do you know? I don't know. I just know.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. That's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
I disagree.
Now I want to hear from both of you. We're getting into it. So first off, as we kind of already knew, Billy Madison is a fan favorite. It has a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 79%, while Uncut Gems is only at 52%.
When you take a look at the audience scores, sure, it seems like on paper Billy Madison is the clear favorite with 79, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But I took a look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores of both movies, and if you take a look at the critic reviews, you're actually getting quite the opposite, where the critics absolutely despise Billy Madison and they love Uncut Gems. And so we sort of get this opposite thing where the critics love Uncut Gems, fans didn't love it so much, and vice versa for Billy Madison. And I think what really takes the cake for me is these critics' points of view, because they have a lot to say. They've seen a bunch of movies, they reviewed a bunch of movies, and they know what to look for when it comes to a good movie. And I think when I sit down and watch Uncut Gems, then I align with the critics in that point of view, because I think they hit it spot on. The audiences, I think they need to rewatch it or in a different context to really enjoy it.
I think critics don't matter, and I think Adam Sandler's really built his entire career on really honestly making fun of the fact that he makes critically acclaimed bad movies. Audiences have really just grown to love his slapstick sense of humor, his slapstick sense of humor. I think Billy Madison, when the first scene that comes to mind when I think of it is him throwing dodgeballs at little kids. And I think that truly just describes Adam Sandler's whole comedic reputation in the whole movie industry. And I think Billy Madison is what really just catapulted Adam Sandler in his entire like movie career, and he's just built from that.
I think that there's like no argument that Adam Sandler's comedic persona isn't what people love about him. But when it comes down to just the two movies, I see Billy Madison, and it's like it's hard for me to sit through because like the slapstick jokes are just like they're like a headache for me to listen to. Whereas Uncut Gems is just this perfect stressful build up to like a great ending where so much emotion is felt. And I just don't think you get that out of Billy Madison.
Yeah, I think Billy Madison obviously offers a completely different type of movie experience. No one goes to watch an Adam Sandler movie to sit in suspense wondering, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? Everyone goes to watch Adam Sandler movies to just have a good laugh, have a good all around nice experience with their family, their friends, and just laugh at Adam Sandler throwing dodgeballs at little kids.
Okay, so Adam Sandler aside, he's got many personas in our conversation today, but what other elements of each of the films like bring you to the film over anything else?
I would argue that for a film like Billy Madison, one of these slapstick movies, if you take Adam Sandler out of it, then you don't even have a movie. Whereas Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler I do think is perfect for the role, but if you replaced him with like some other actor that of equal caliber and dramatic roles, then you could still have that awesome movie. I don't think it's as Adam Sandler central as a movie like Billy Madison is. I think if it was a different sort of actor and Adam Sandler didn't get the hit role, it went to someone else, then like we really wouldn't be sitting here even debating a cult classic like Billy Madison. It just wouldn't have anything to it.
I think that's a very valid argument, but I mean, I could also say the same for Adam Sandler's role in Uncut Gems. I think really anybody could have played it, but I think what really elevates Adam Sandler movies, aside from Adam Sandler being in it, is just the ability to rewatch it and the ability to just laugh at literally almost every scene in the entire movie. I think the writing and the producing by Adam Sandler in the majority of his movies, I don't think he directed Billy Madison, but I'm almost certain he was a producer. And I think that you can really see that in the whole, I guess, composition of the entire movie. So writing-wise, I think when he just incorporates a lot of like those funny scenes, like who would have thought to cast the same person and play a brother and sister in Jack and Jill? Only Adam Sandler can. And regardless if he was the one acting in it or not, I think the fact that he was able to come up with that idea really speaks volumes to like how funny those movies are and how you can just make fun of them, and really that's what makes people laugh.
There's certainly some funny parts in his movies, and the Adam Sandler like signature roles are loved by many, but like when I think of Adam Sandler, and especially the movie Grown Ups, it's a movie called Grown Ups, yet the humor is more childish than any movie I've ever seen. But you also have these signature looks like a Sacha Baron Cohen and Borat, which like it's a goofy movie. It's like we're sitting here laughing about it, but at the same time, like it's a pretty genius performance. I think you and I could probably both agree on that.
Yeah.
But like if you take a look at Adam Sandler and Billy Madison, I don't think that's genius. I just think that's like a man-child being goofy.
Obviously, these two films are fundamentally different in their genre. So how can fans of one genre in particular like find anything that you like in the other? Like what about Billy Madison can you appreciate, and what about Uncut Gems can you appreciate?
I think that like I love like the dramatic thriller sort of genre. So when I see Uncut Gems, I'm like I instantly fall in love with it. I think Adam Sandler's perfect for the role. He went out into New York and entered these different pawn shops and like really spoke to people, owners of the shops, different people that entered the shops to see how he could embody the role the best. And if I look at Billy Madison as a thriller drama fan, the only time I really could see myself watching a Billy Madison type movie is if my phone is dead on the plane and it's the only thing available from United Airlines.
Okay.
It's actually really funny that you bring that up, because that was the first time I actually did watch Uncut Gems, was on an airplane with my phone dead, and I couldn't get halfway through it before I turned on a different Adam Sandler film. So I've gotten a lot of backlash for actually not watching Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems. So on that airplane, I actually just decided to try it out, see how it was. I really couldn't get through it because I'm a big fan of like the slapstick comedy. I grew up watching Sacha Baron Cohen, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, those real like just dumb comedies that you can just really indulge in. And it's kind of like, you don't need to be ashamed to say like, oh, I love Jack and Jill. I love watching Adam Sandler dress up as a woman and just falling in love with Al Pacino, or Al Pacino falling in love with him or her.
How do you know like how far you got through of Uncut Gems? What's your best guess?
About 45 minutes. So like,
Okay, there had to be things to like within that 45 minutes.
uh,
It could
And
literally just
also-
be like the way it was filmed,
And
or not.
45 minutes
simple.
is not nearly enough to formulate an idea of like what a movie is about. If you look at The Godfather, which is widely regarded as one of the best films ever, you have the introductory wedding scene that lasts like 35 minutes. And like it's a little bit slow to pick up, but once you get into it, you have one of the greatest dramas of all time, one of the best written movies ever from Francis Ford Coppola. Maybe it takes a little while to get into the Uncut Gems, but like once you hit that ending, you walk out. I remember seeing it in theaters, and I sat in my seat for about 10 minutes after the movie ended, just bewildered by the ending that I just saw.
Okay, so why did you turn it off? You can be honest. We want to know.
I didn't really think it was an Adam Sandler movie. I was watching it the entire time, and I was just waiting for the classic Adam Sandler scene to come in. Classic, like, oh my gosh, she did it. Scene to come on, and I just never got to that point. And I think I knew coming into it that it wasn't going to happen, but part of me was just I was really hoping to see that Adam Sandler really just shine through and in any like random scene of any aspect there. But I think that's actually why Uncut Gems received such a low audience score, because Adam Sandler fans have just grown accustomed to seeing him play those silly, goofy roles. And it's like, it didn't happen at all. And everyone knew that coming into Uncut Gems. Everyone knew that was his first like breakthrough role in like the dramatic scene of acting or field of acting.
I can totally see that, but I think maybe you were an exception to the rule, because I think Adam Sandler taking on this dramatic role is a testament to who he is. He's not just a goofy actor. He's way more than that, and he has this brilliant, jaw-dropping performance with the likes of Kevin Garnett and The Weeknd that like brings pop culture into this like masterfully A24 produced show or movie that I think is just genius. And I think the Safdie brothers who directed the movie, they owe it to Adam Sandler, because I think he's the right guy for the job there.
Well, I mean, I feel like anyone could have played that role there. Any like actor who's just had a like former history with just very serious like acting and no like slapstick comedy, like Sacha Baron Cohen, Will Ferrell, Steve Buscemi, Kevin James, those type of people who are like obviously almost always casted. Sorry, with the exception of Will Ferrell and Sacha Baron Cohen, who are always casted in like those same like slapstick movies. Anyone could have played that role that Adam Sandler played in Uncut Gems.
Do we like know why they chose Adam Sandler?
Yeah, the Safdie brothers, who are both from a Jewish upbringing, they wanted to represent some of their backstory in the movie, and they chose Adam Sandler, who is a Jewish actor, a basketball super fan, and like who can go ahead and do some method acting in this situation, like take on this whole new persona and follow along as the main character on Uncut Gems. Like he knows the like basketball the best out of any of those big actors. He like had great chemistry with Kevin Garnett, and like he's Jewish, so he knows how to play a Jewish character better than any non-Jewish character would, or so I would presume.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'd also like to add to the argument that Jack did say that he's a superstar basketball fan. He's also a superstar basketball player. I think we've all seen him play, and I'd just like to add that to the argument.
That is for sure. I will say, have anyone seen the videos of Adam Sandler playing basketball? It's pretty sweet.
I just think of like the Adam Sandler outfit of like the largest T-shirt you can find and the largest pair of basketball shorts.
Oh,
you
the
can
Superman
find.
shirt?
Yeah,
It's iconic.
I was literally like talking to my friends, like my house of all girls, and we were like, "What if we were just this for Halloween?" I think everyone.
He's an icon. That's for sure. And like I think he's perfect in the role for it.
Okay, I also wanted to ask you, when you were watching Uncut Gems, your 45 minutes, I know you didn't like the like pace and genre of the movie, but did you think Adam Sandler was doing like high quality acting? Could you see that, or you just didn't jive with it at all?
I thought the acting was superb. I think that he was robbed out of an Oscar nomination.
Okay.
As much as it pains to say it, I think like overall, like from a dramatic movie, I think it was a very good movie. It's just coming from an Adam Sandler fan of like my caliber and what I've like grown accustomed to and have just grown up watching and kind of like grown to love. I personally couldn't find it enjoyable at all, and I was just waiting to turn it off and fast forward.
Okay, so I want to know from both of you, as an average movie fan who's seen maybe like 50 movies or less in my life, and I never know what to watch, and then I end up watching nothing. What should the average fan? Which one should the average fan watch?
I mean, I think we talked a lot already about Adam Sandler. So transitioning away from that, what I really love about Uncut Gems and what stood the test of time for me in terms of rewatchability and my love for the movie is that it has this nail-biting edge of your seat, like suspenseful thriller, dramatic type like whirlwind where you're just spiraling deeper and deeper into this gambling addict's story. And like he falls into one problem and it blooms into the next problem, and that's stressful. And I think a lot of people didn't love that about the movie, but personally I adored that when I watched it the first time. I thought it was unlike any other movie aside from Good Time, another movie from A24. Like I had never seen a movie that like put me on the edge of my seat and got me stressed out like that one. And the stress wasn't a bad thing. I remember watching the end of the movie and just being blown away by what I had just seen, and I loved it because of that.
Yeah, I think taking Adam Sandler out of the picture, I think the average moviegoer would probably gravitate towards something funny, something that they can just easily watch without really focusing on the underlying story, the underlying meaning behind it, because a lot of Happy Madison production films don't really have a deep message behind it. And I think that's what makes it so easy to watch, so easy to rewatch. I think that taking Adam Sandler out of the picture, it's a lot of just slapstick comedy that a lot of people have grown up. A lot of those were their first movies. I think the first slapstick real comedy that I watched was like Dumb and Dumber. I think that's what's like just so funny about it. Like it's so easy to watch. That's why I think Billy Madison's like one of the best Adam Sandler movies.
I agree that there's so much rewatchability there, and like it's fun and it's enjoyable. You can sit down with the family and like watch it no matter what age you guys are. But really, to me, if I had just 2 hours to watch a movie, then there's plenty of movies that I can think of that have that slapstick comedy in them. But there's really only one Uncut Gems. Like it's sort of separate from a lot of the other dramas that I've seen. I think that's what makes it shine brighter than some of the other movies.
So today in pop culture, which one would you say is more relevant? Like people are making more jokes about Billy Madison, or people are referencing things from Uncut Gems? I don't know what that would be, but
I think in pop culture right now, Uncut Gems is probably more talked about. Certainly when it was first released, then that was the buzz. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone had gone and seen it. They were recommending it to their friends. But as a whole, I gotta say, like, on Mark's side of things, Billy Madison is probably the one that has stood the test of time and will continue standing the test of time for whatever reasons those are. I personally don't understand them, but I think it will go on. I'm sure my kids will watch it. I'm sure their grandkids will watch it too. So,
yeah, I think Jack actually brings up a really good point. Like, pop culture wise, I think sometimes I'll just be scrolling through Instagram or TikTok and I'll just see a reference to Billy Madison or just another like funny, silly Adam Sandler movie. So I think that's like what really stands the test of time. And it's been, it was made in 1996, 1997. So it's been over 2 decades now.
Okay. I hear both of you. We're going to take a pause for a second and we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we're going to answer the final essential question. If I only have 2 hours, which one of these movies am I going to watch? Uncut Gems or Billy Madison? Now, kind of wrapping up our conversation, if I only have like 2 hours to watch a movie and I'm picking one of the two, give me like your 1-sentence review. Why am I watching Uncut Gems? Why am I watching Billy Madison?
Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems rather, is a masterfully crafted, well-acted, genius movie from A24 with perfect casting of Adam Sandler. And I think there's no argument that that's the one you got to watch.
I think my one-sentence arguments would be, who doesn't want to see a huge man-child throw dodgeballs at little kids for an hour and a half?
Okay, does that happen in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. You brought it up like 3 times, and I'm like, I don't know the scene. Okay, now I have to choose. I think I'm going to have to go with Uncut Gems. Just because my own bias, I'm not the biggest fan of slapstick comedies, but without my own bias, it's hard to take that out of the equation. But I just feel like Uncut Gems might have a little more to offer a person who's not like Adam Sandler crazy. Like, I don't love him that much. I don't dislike him. But, you know, I also really think I would want to see him playing something different because I've seen movies like Just Go With It. I've seen Click, you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think I would choose Uncut Gems. And I also really want to see Idina Menzel in that movie. So.
Yeah, that's another awesome part. Well, thank you for having us on Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Hot Takes. It was awesome being here.
Yeah, thank you for being here. It was a great conversation. You guys were so articulate about Adam Sandler.